Before the break, we heard from a number of Nikki Haley supporters from New Hampshire who said under no circumstances would they vote for Donald Trump. And to a great degree, their vote for Nikki Haley was more of an anti-Trump vote than it was a vote in favor of Nikki Haley. One would think that looking at this, even anecdotally, Donald Trump would realize when states are as close as they were in 2020, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, etc., you need to make sure that you are giving a message that tells Nikki Haley supporters you welcome them. Trump did very much the opposite. He was interviewed yesterday about Nikki Haley voters. This was in New Hampshire in advance of learning the results. And Trump, with visible, palpable contempt and disdain for Nikki Haley supporters, saying, I don't even think we need them.
You've talked about trying to unify the party. How do you bring these Nikki Haley voters, some of whom voted for you in 2020, but say they don't want to now?
Oh, they'll all vote for me.
How do you bring them back into the
They're going to all vote for me again. They're going to all vote for me again, everybody. And I'm not sure we need too many.
I'm not sure we need too many. So, first of all, talk about unity. The election may well come down to the slice of Republican voters that didn't vote Trump in the primary, or they stayed home to avoid voting Trump. And then they have to make a decision in the general election. Do they vote for Trump? Do they stay home? Do they vote for Joe Biden? This is a very risky move for Donald Trump. We actually have very interesting polling data here. And this is a little hard to see, but I'm going to do my best to explain it for you. Among Nikki Haley primary voters, okay? And this is hold on, is this only in New Hampshire? Let me see. This is New Hampshire. So this could be different in other states. Nikki Haley voters said, if Nikki isn't the nominee, 38% would vote DeSantis and only 16% would vote Trump in the general, while 30% don't know what they would do or they would stay home. Compare this with DeSantis primary voters. DeSantis primary voters, 62% said, if DeSantis isn't the nominee, I will vote Trump. Nikki Haley's supporters, when they are 44% of the electorate, and only 16% of those would vote Trump in the general if he is the nominee, that is a mathematical problem for Donald Trump. Now, I don't believe for a second that the numbers are the same in every state. I think if you go to, Missouri, and you say, hey, Nikki Haley supporters, what will you do if she's not the nominee? I assume more than 16% will say, well, Trump would be my second choice. But Trump's contempt and disdain for Nikki Haley supporters in New Hampshire seems very much at your own risk. Remember, Trump already lost New Hampshire in the general in 2020. 2016, I think he lost it in 2016 as well. I believe that's what Rachel Maddow said. So the idea that Trump isn't going to need these other Republican primary voters when his support among that group is much lower than it was in 2020, very, very risky move. Our sponsor, Oxygen, is really the online banking app that you didn't know you needed. Oxygen has both personal and small business accounts, and what I find super compelling is they're geared towards entrepreneurs who want to turn some kind of side business into a full-time business, because Oxygen will incorporate your small business for you while separating your personal and business banking to make things like invoicing, payroll, and taxes easier. You can get up to 5% cash back on business expenses, up to an impressive 6% on personal spending with their debit cards, which is amazing. And then on the personal banking side, Oxygen lets you send and receive money with your friends and family using peer-to-peer payments, easy to split a bill, share expenses, send holiday gifts to your loved ones. And having won several awards for their industry-leading benefits, features, and cash back, Oxygen is really the place to start and grow your business. And it's great for personal banking as well. With over 750,000 accounts opened, Oxygen is a trusted resource with some of the best rewards in the industry. Go to davidpakman.com/oxygen to sign up for the account that works best for you or your business. The link is down below.